What does it actually take to grow your social media? I think for most people, they're under this impression that their unique situation has viral potential. And not to be rude here, but 9 times out of 10, it just really doesn't. If you're a dentist, people know what to expect. Better starting point for, let's say, a business like that is to focus on the community aspect of social media. Do those collab posts with your own following, use language to ask people for referrals in your posts, network with people through social media locally. These are just a few ideas that could really get you to jumpstart your social media presence versus just starting a page fresh and then just posting your content for no one to see.
Yeah, it's got to be one of two things, and it's got to be entertaining, can be educational. If it's educational, it likely has to be entertaining as well. Of course, that doesn't mean you need a Gen Z video editor that is taking and mashing it together some crazy TikTok that's just hilarious and gets you millions of views. You don't need that necessarily. It'd be great. Go for it. Try it out. If you're going to be entertaining, it doesn't have to be as high-end editing as you can think. It can be pretty and stunning. You have to just stop that scroll. What is something that you would want to watch on social media yourself? And if you're not active on the platform, no, it can't be just your desk clerk talking about your dentures service that you offer for old folks or your new Invisalign. It has to be fitting to the platform, which is just so important these days and people often underutilize. You can't just download the thing you made from Instagram and put it on TikTok. You should morph it to the platform specifically. You got to be following the trends, using fun sounds. But like David said, building the community, if you find a little pocket of success and you can compound on that, you will continue to find success. So don't also sweat the small stuff. Get out there and post as much as possible because it will come back to you eventually. You'll at least collect the data and a little bit of ego behind you to get out there and do it again.
This is we got the good, the bad, and this is the ugly. The ugly side of this is that the platforms are forcing you to spend money these days. You can't even hit your full audience on Instagram, for example, without boosting a post. It sucks. We try to go around it. You try to create viral posts, but sometimes at the end of the day, you might have to put down a little bit of spin to boost those posts to the right audience. It doesn't have to be huge, but something to get the ball rolling, to show Meta that you're playing the game. They're going to reward you for that. Your whole audience is going to see it. It's going to amplify your growth a little bit.
People also underestimate and misunderstand the power of an influencer beyond just promoting your product or service. It doesn't have to be them, taking an adventure to your shop, which would be great, or using your service outright. It can be very much so a content promotion of sorts. If that is a page type that makes sense, like, did you see this blog on XYZ? Or you can have a lot more fun with content syndication and how to reach these at maybe a lower cost. An influencer that's not directly promoting your product as an ad placement may be more organic for them and something that they're more up for. So I employ you all to figure out influencer activations that aren't just outright promotional, even though that's what we want for our clicks. If you're building a brand, providing great value at the end of the day is the most important thing with social media communities.
Don't buy followers, guys. Nobody even really cares too much about the follower count because things are shifting. The platforms are changing. The algorithm's all about views, interactions and value in that way. So you can have a very successful social media strategy with not the craziest amount of followers. You can get in front of new people really easily. You want to build trust, build a community, and buying followers, astroturfing, this type of stuff is the exact opposite. It's going to put you on the decline versus the incline.
We get a lot of people that talk about being shadow banned and I'm shadow banned, this account's dead. It's like, no, it's because you just made your first post like 3 months ago. You can always check the brand discover page, see if you're appearing there for certain hashtags you sort. If you're not there, maybe it's too low impact yet. Just keep posting, post good videos, stop posting that static imagery that's an infographic of your product and all the ingredients in it. Nobody wants that shit, not yet. Maybe in a retargeting ad, that's an appropriate place for it. But post a fun video explaining your ingredients. Put the face to the name. And that's another big thing is that people don't really want to follow brands. They do. We follow top brands. We want to follow individuals. We want to see the face behind it. So you'll see the big brand with 120,000 followers and 80 likes on a post and their videos maybe get 1,000 views if they're lucky. It's because people don't want to follow the company as much. They want to follow the individual. And brands can make great pages. Don't get me wrong. Brands can together a page that people want to follow, but more often than not, people want to see the person behind the screen, the team behind it all, and that's where it matters. If you're a clinic, be the doctor on the page and be a doctor that specializes in a certain kind of Invisalign application. Don't just be XYZ Denver Clinic, ABC Austin Clinic. Be that doctor behind it because that's your specialty and run with that. That's who you need to be, and that's what wins on video format. So